guys, it's me, Riz, and believe it or not, after like 10 plus years of being a professional makeup artist, I'm finally gonna film a makeup tutorial. And today's look, we're gonna do something that is a little bit sexy because I'm just not feeling sexy lately, believe it or not. I really miss being on stage and I miss getting dressed up and seeing people. So I thought if I did something kind of sexy, it might make me feel a little bit more normal. So, all right, let's get started. Okay. So first I'm going to use this Cover FX Water Cloud Primer. It was a sample I got, okay? Use that much. It was at this point that I realized that I had no idea what I was doing filming a makeup tutorial. I've never done this before. The ones I've seen look so much better. But anyways, with primer, the goal is to smooth out the texture of your skin so that you have a nice base for your foundation. I'm going to do my foundation. Use the Too Faced Born This Way in Swan. For my foundation application, I'm using a damp Real Techniques sponge. I like this sponge because it's less expensive than a beauty blender, but I feel like it does the job just as fine. And next I'm doing an under eye concealer to brighten under my eyes and a little extra coverage on my chin. I will put the name of the concealer on the side. And I am bouncing the sponge to blend. Next, I'm going to set my makeup with the Too Faced Born This Way Turn Up the Light palette in light, and I'm using the soft focus powder in the middle. My skin is pretty dry, so I don't like to use a heavy powder unless it's for stage. And I'm using a large fluffy angled Next, I'm going to do my blush slash bronzer slash contour, and I am using the NARS Casino Bronzer. And if I'm contouring my face, I generally like to use something that's about 3 shades darker. Unless I'm doing something more dramatic, like for stage, then I'll do something like 5, even 6 shades darker, as long as I just blend it super well. And I'm using that same brush I used to set my powder. It's a Morphe brush. And I like using this shape of brush because it really hugs your cheekbones so you can get that really nice sculpted look. Time to move on to brows. I'm using one of my favorite brow pencils, the Anastasia Brow Wiz in Granite. I like this because I like my brows to still be pretty bold. My brows naturally are very dark and full, and I like how it's easy to get a little bit of definition with these pencils. And what I'm doing is just really small strokes with the brush that kind of imitate hair. Next, I'm going to set my brows with the Anastasia Gel Pomade, and I believe it's the blonde color. I am using my Urban Decay Primer Potion. I'm using the original formula as a base for my shadows so that I can apply them easier, they last longer, and blend really easily. And I'm just using my finger to blend this out. Next, I am going to highlight my face with the ColourPop Cosmetics Super Shock Cheek highlighter in Flexitarian. I love these because they are super inexpensive and really easy to apply with your finger. And I'm going to apply it anywhere that if you were to shine a light above my head, where that light would hit. So my brow bone, a little bit of the inner corner of my eye, my nose, cheekbones, and my Cupid's bow. All right, now that the structure of the face is done, so foundation, concealer, blush slash bronzer slash contour, and brows and highlight are done, we're gonna move on to eyes. I am using a customized eyeshadow palette from Anastasia. I think I made it at either Sephora or Ulta. The color that I'm using is called Birkin. It is a matte caramely brown color. It's actually pretty close to the bronzer slash blush color that I used. I really like using colors that are similar on the eyes and cheeks because it has a more like cohesive look. The brush that I am using is a tapered blending brush. It is the MAC 224 brush. I believe that Morphe makes something similar. What I would look for is something that is long and tapered and a little bit fluffy. My brush technique is I am using really light pressure and I'm doing sort of like a windshield wiper application throughout the crease and doing some soft circles on the edge to blend. Next, I'm going to do my lid. I'm using, also from Anastasia, the pink champagne. This is a more metallic color. I chose this because I wanted to add a little bit of a glow to my eyes. And you can see that these are super pigmented and really frosty. And if you get them damp with a little bit of like a makeup setting spray, you can have them even like more metallic. But for this, I wanted something still glam, but a little soft. And I am using a flat shader brush to do that and just meeting my crease color. Next, I'm using a concealer pencil on the waterline to make my eyes look a little bit bigger, but not looking cartoony. And to add a little more definition under my eye, I'm going to use Birkin again. But with the flat shader brush, I'm using just the tip of the brush rather than the whole like flat edge of it to add a little bit of dimension around my lash line. All right, time for one of my favorite things in the whole wide world, eyeliner. And of course, I'm doing a little cat eye. And the way that I am doing this is with a felt tip liner. This is also from Too Faced. It's the Better Than Sex liner, and it stays on pretty well. And some liners I feel like are kind of choppy in their application, and this one is pretty smooth. So what I'm doing here is I'm adding my tails first and checking for symmetry. The way that I choose the placement is I imagine my lower lash line extending up and out. And next I am connecting from the tail onto my upper lash line. So you can see I have these like triangles that I'm gonna fill in. And the reason why I like to do it this way is because if I make a mistake, it's really easy to fix instead of like having like this big black line that you end up smearing all over your face. And yeah, it's not fun. So then what I'll do is just really like short strokes to fill it in and do the inner part of my upper lash line. It was at this point while editing that I realized I probably should have my face closer to the camera so you can have a better idea of what I'm doing. I would like to do another tutorial that's just liner and lashes so I can answer questions for people and get really detailed about it. My mascara, and I'm using the Benefit Bad Gal Bang mascara, and I like this one because it has a synthetic brush, and I feel like that's what gives my lashes the most definition. And I'm doing like 2 coats on the bottom lashes as well. That I'm going to use is one of my seriously hands down favorites. It is the Buxom Power Plump Lip Balm in Big O. It is a soft pink lip balm that I wear almost every day, and what I love about it is it just slightly plumps my lips, makes them look more full, more hydrated, and it's a great base for lipstick. All right, time for lashes. I am going to be using the Ashlash Marilyn lashes. I love these because they're full, they're wispy, they have a great shape on the end that mimics the cat eyeliner. So they have that really like sexy vintage look. And I just put a thin strip of glue on the lash band, and I am bending the lash between my fingers so that it is more flexible and just plopping it right on my lash line. The way that I do lashes is I center the lash along my lash line and glue the center down first and then press in the edges. And like I said before, I would really love to do a tutorial that's just liner and lashes because that's what I get requested for help with the most. And the glue that I'm using is the Duo adhesive. So again, I'm putting a thin strip of glue along the band of the lash, and I just use the tip of the eyelash adhesive to spread it on there. And again, really flexing those lashes so that they sit on my eye easier, and also fluffing them up. I have worn these lashes before, so they're like not as fresh and new, but TBH, I kind of like them when they're a little bit beat up. Okay, and we're starting to look good here. Starting to feel a little bit sexier. I don't know about you, but liner and lashes always makes me feel way more glam, way more cute, even if I'm just gonna be sitting at home. Okay, everyone, we have made it almost through the end of this look. The last thing that we are going to do is lips, and I have to do a classic red. That's what makes me feel powerful and sexy. So I am starting off with the MAC Cosmetics red lip liner. It's REDD. And for my lip liner, I start at the outside of my lip line and do short strokes in, just like when I do my liner, so that if I make a mistake, it's really easy to fix. This also allows me to follow the natural lip line. If I was doing something more exaggerated, I would start in the center and work my way out. And doing the same technique on the bottom, starting at the outside, working my way in with just really short strokes with the pencil so that I am following my natural lip line. Then once my lip liner is applied, I do like to blend it a little bit just by rubbing my lips together. Red lipstick, I am using the Fenty Beauty Stunna Lip Paint in Uncensored. It is one of my favorite reds. It reminds me of the MAC and Rihanna red, like the first one that came out. It was what I used to wear on stage all the time. I bought like 3 of them. It was my favorite. This is, to me, what I think is the closest, and I mean, it checks out, honestly. So my technique here is I start at the outside and work my way in, using broader strokes on my lower lip because there's more room there, and just being a little bit more careful on the top lip, following the line that I made with my lip liner. And again, that is the Rihanna Fenty Beauty Uncensored Stunna Lip Paint. My favorite. Okay, everyone, I hope that was helpful. In its entirety, this look took me about 20 minutes to do before editing. So, hope you liked it. Again, this is my first tutorial, so if I do one again, it'll probably be better. But if not, then thanks for watching. Okay.